Welcome back to the shop. Another episode with the Yamaha R6, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Just taking some measurements, just doing the front section because I did some research. I've been doing more like learning about airflow and how it's, you know, spread across the cylinders, making sure everything is enough area for the air. So due to that research, it kind of making me, I'm gonna have to redesign my intake. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it kind of like the same as a stock box, but make it smaller, but more like volume. Close enough to me. One of the reasons why I'm using cardboard, because doing a mocking up, I know I was going to end up making some bad cuts, so it's a lot easier to replace some cardboard than it is metal, so that's why I'm using cardboard. Let's see if this fits. I think I finally got it right. Close enough, yes. So while I'm over here slaving, doing my intercooler, I keep saying intercooler, doing my turbo build, let me show you what the guys out here doing. Bam!
Bamboo with what?
Hey, that dude said that.
Spices. Got some asparagus.
That dude said that his
Got some steak.
All of them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some steaks on there, baby. Oh yeah.
Asparagus going.
Oh yeah.
This is
that.
boiling.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh yeah, this ready, man.
Man, what's a good little meal? Let me let you. Hey man, tomorrow's looking too cold.
So right now, what I'm trying to figure out is seeing if I would have room to fit an intercooler. There's a few places that I can do it, but I'm trying not to hack up the bike too much. So I'm gonna try to do it in a way that's not as there's a few ways I can do it, but what I'm thinking right now is possibly cutting the radiator, making it shorter, and then making the distance below it the intercooler. So I got an intercooler cord that I'm going to play around with. I got the dimensions on it, so I'm trying to do a rough estimate to see what it would be if I got that intercooler cord, how big it would actually be. Now the width of this radiator is a bit tricky because if you look at it, it doesn't just go straight, it curves, which, you know, makes sense considering it's right in front of the wheel, and that gives the wheel more clearance. So my best bet is probably going to be to probably cut it. I think the intercooler is about 6 inches tall, I believe. So we're looking at, that'll be about right here. Now obviously I don't need to cut that much because the intercooler, since it's just tall, but you know, I'm sure there's some clearance at the bottom of this right here as of right now. So if I probably took about 4 inches off here, probably cut it right below where this mark is, and then from there to about here, could be an intercooler that can sit in there. And I think that'll be the easiest way to where I can put it in here and still get decent flow to cool off the air and things of that nature. But I'm gonna make a intercooler mock-up just the size of what I have now for if I wasn't gonna cut this, and just see how it would line up. But honestly, I don't think it'll work because I think the turbo is gonna be in the way. Because even right now, if I put the turbo, let's just say the turbo was like this, then that's going to be a really tight fit. And yeah, do some brainstorming here, because that may not even work. Alright, so what I need to do is, this is a set of OEM Yamaha R6 fuel injectors, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this rail off and I'm gonna take the injector off to see like what the size of it is, to get like some dimensions of it. And yeah, let's do that. Man, they got these babies torqued down pretty tight. It looks like there's some Loctite on there. As you can see, it's not really a big injector. But I need to get some measurements. We got about top to bottom is roughly a little over 1.25 inches. So yeah, actually it's almost 2 inches. Just kind of eyeballing it. Let me use my measuring tape. Yeah, it's just a little bit under, so it's like right around 1 7/8. Actually, it's a little bit past that. It's like legit a little bit right under 2 inches is about how far this goes. But looking at it sitting in the cylinder, I meant the rail. Goes in up to right there, so inside the rail itself. It's 1.5 inches. Oh, it's a little bit over 1.5 inches. So my plan was, if you look at this harness, was going to be, because honestly I don't even know if this is even enough flow for what I'm trying to do, but I was going to get basically 2 of these, right? Here's my updated box. I don't have it enclosed yet, but this kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to be. But down here, the circumference of the whole velocity stack is going to be around about 2 inches. So what I was thinking is just putting like an injector to go in here, injector to go in on that side, and just have 2 injectors spraying into the velocity stack, in addition to the primary injectors that's on the bike now. And those are a little bit more involved. The inner dimensions in here looks to be right at 1/2 inch. So if I make the space for the injector to go in 1/2 inch, in theory I can leave the same O-rings that are on here and they should snap into place the same way, you know. But I'm sure I'm gonna have something more than just it just fitting in like that. So just like these rails are basically what keeps the fuel injectors like clamped down, obviously, but I know that the inner dimensions of the inner tube for them to go in needs to be 1/2 inch. I'm still kind of brainstorming what I'm gonna do about the intercooler situation. It's just with these motorcycles, you're just so limited on your space, especially on bikes like this that have fairings on it. Like if I had a naked bike, then, you know, it'd be a little bit more easier. But yeah, I need to figure that out. Man, it's fucking fogging up on me. I can hit it. cut one of the aluminum pipings that I had, and what I'm gonna do is I'm definitely going to find something better than what I did, because like I said, this is really doing it by hand was really rough cut. So I'm gonna have to get something that I can do a more precise cut. I just, in my head, I'm just thinking like, yeah, I just weigh this thing, weigh this bad boy down and just let the cut guide itself, but nah, that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna have to go get something like some type of something, like I don't know. I can't even think of the name right now, but it's just one of those, it's like a little stationary thing where the blade, you pull it down and it cuts. I just cannot think of the name of it right now. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish making this box all the way, and I'm gonna put a hole at the bottom of this, because basically what this is gonna do is sit on top of the little frame that you can see right here where the airbox goes. I'm just gonna have like the box basically kind of a little bit above that, and then this is gonna be like kind of angled down like that, and then I'm gonna have the air come up. Obviously this box right here is not gonna be there no more, it's just gonna be open. And in theory, the air distribution, once it comes up and hits basically the roof of the air box, it should evenly disperse it throughout the box, just in theory. But yeah, let me finish doing that. So this is basically how the final design is gonna look. As you can see, I added from here to here, which is going to give the plenum a lot more volume. And I'm going to have the pipe come down from under it like this and curve to the side. And then I'll just do like a 90-degree from here going down, and then that should go straight to where the turbo is at. And these things right here, just in case if anybody's curious, this is just what the stacks are going to be. Like it's gonna be like a 2.5 inch up, like downward flow for the when it gets the air comes in. And then I plan to put the injectors, or at least the secondaries, up in here so it can meet the airflow coming down, and that should cool it off before it gets into the combustion chamber. And I think we should be good as far as cooling goes. So yeah, this is pretty much how it's going to end up. But like I said, it's going to be more of like an oval shape. You know, obviously this is just really rough. I mean, this is cardboard, so it's not precise, but this is basically what the concept is going to look like. And then feed down to the turbo, and bam, that's going to be it. So next I need to start working on, probably the next video, or whenever I get a more precise cutter, I'll start working on getting the exhaust manifold made. All right, that's gonna be it for this episode. As always, I appreciate everybody who's stopping by, checking out the video, and all that good stuff. If anybody got some helpful tips, recommendations, or just anything, if you just want to say hey, I'll be checking the comments. And if you're not in my racing family group on Facebook, it's just a motorcycle group for everybody, like around the world, who just want to communicate, post whatever it is they want to post, bike related or whatever. You can get in that group and come hang out with us. In the meantime, I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch y'all next episode.